Today I want to talk about something that affects so many people, and that is self-employment tax. Now, that sounds fancy, but let's talk about who this affects. And those people are if you have a side gig, if you have an internet hustle, if you're a contractor, if you're a plumber, if you're a hairdresser, if you're a tattoo artist, the list goes on and on. If tax form 1099 means anything to you as to how you're paid, this directly impacts you. And I want to dispel a myth real quick right out the way. If you are getting paid this way, if you're not working for somebody and they're withholding taxes from a paycheck, but someone's paying you directly and it's your job to then report it to the IRS, stop trying to hide it. Just stop it. One, there's a good chance they probably already know about it, and the penalties and the headache that goes with it when they find you, it is just not worth it. But two, if you're making money this way, since you can write off the expenses against that income, for a lot of people it ends up saving money on their taxes overall. So you're actually shooting yourself in the foot by trying to hide it from the IRS. So having kind of dispelled that and gotten that out of the way, here's to everybody that is reporting it to the IRS, right? One, let's kind of talk about what self-employment tax is. And that's, like I said, if you're generating money this way, the IRS says you're self-employed and they want their cut. And that equates to 15%, just over, of your net income. It is not, so if someone pays you $100, it's not 15% of $100. It is that 15.3% of what your net income is. So all the expenses that you have go against it, and then they tax whatever you have left. So keep that in mind too. But they're getting 15%, and that's on top of your federal income tax rate. So for a lot of folks, that number ends up over 35%. So think about it this way. Pretty much 35, 36, 37 cents on the dollar of every net income dollar you have is getting paid back to the IRS. And then you don't forget your state that you live in, right? For Indiana, you're going to be paying over 40% in total of every net dollar that you make in your side business. So that gets expensive real fast. So, but the good news is there's a lot of ways to keep that net income number down so that you're not paying 40% on so much. There's a lot of common mistakes that people make that they're just not including. You've got your mileage for your business, which is over 70 some odd cents a dollar this year. You've got, your cell phone cost to run your business, your internet cost to run your business, all of your supplies. People buy stuff for what they're doing and they don't think to keep receipts, to track their expenses. Please do all that stuff. You're costing yourself a lot of money by not doing it. But let's say that you are thriving and you're making a lot of money. Good on you. Way to live the American dream, right? You made it. Again, the IRS is going to want their cut. So in order to do that, there's a couple of things you should be doing. One, you absolutely need to be tax planning every single year. There are a lot of ways to keep that number down. You have to plan for them. You could be utilizing HSA plans, and you could be utilizing, you get deductions for your health insurance. Geez, that costs so much money anymore. There's all these different things that you can be doing to help keep that overall number down. You have to plan for it. So please keep that in mind. And there's estimated tax payments, instead of getting a huge bill from, when I'm telling you in February, hey, I've got bad news, you owe the IRS $5,000, and you freak out because you didn't keep any of it and you didn't plan. You could be making estimated tax payments throughout the course of the year, which is what the IRS, and particularly Indiana, if you live in our state, wants you to be doing. There's all these different things that you can be doing, but first and foremost, if you take anything away from this video, please remember, one, stop trying to hide it. Two, please keep good records of what you're spending money on, what it's for. Please keep a mileage log. those add up really, really fast when you think about how much driving you might be doing over the course of the year. And you can save a lot of money with it. Tax plan, and I know that together we have the advantage. And so if you need any help from me, please feel free to give me a call here at the office. My phone number here, of course, is 812-490-9600. My name is Mike, and I'm happy to meet with you and discuss ways to help you save money and keep it in your pocket and not the IRS's. And until next time, be remarkable.